Hi, Steve Von Brand here for the Bass College. We're down here in Sussex County, and I'm here with Jonathan Miller, our pro staff. He's come over here from Western Maryland, do a little fishing for a couple days. We're going to go out. I'm going to show him the lake. We'll see what happens. Nice one. Hold that one up. I want to see that. What'd you catch that on?
Chatterbait.
Right here at Red Mill. We're down in Lower Delaware. This is Jonathan Miller, our pro staff. We're just checking the lake out today before we do our serious fishing tomorrow. This one hit real shallow, right up against the seawall in the shade, back in one of the major spawning coves. Nice bass. Well, we're down here at the dam now, at Route 1. We've caught 3 other bass, around in 3.5, 4 pound class. Hit the chatterbait, hooked for a minute or so, ran straight right at you, right out underneath the boat and got off. I was basically just going around too fast, not paying enough attention. It's actually my fault because I'm just trying to get the mood of the fish, because we're going to spend the whole day here tomorrow and really bear down. And I should have been paying more attention to the way the fish were acting and stuff. I could have caught them, but too much of a lackadaisical attitude. And that just shows you, I mean, you let your attention span lapse for just a second and they run out with that bait too fast straight at you under the boat, and you don't have the proper angle to set the hook right, they're going to get off and you miss 4 or 5 bites and you've lost the tournament. So today it doesn't matter, we're fooling around. I'm just showing him the lake here for the first day. He's only been here a couple hours. Right, 2 hours ago he was on the Bay Bridge. So they're fairly active still on the chatterbait. Now we're going to go around, hit some of these other coves, see how they're acting, and then we're going to get so serious for the last few hours before we go in tonight to dinner. Throwing the dirty jig with a Grande Bass Mega Claws trailer and skipping a Mega Claws rattlesnake under the docks here. We've got 88 degrees, it's going to be almost 90 every day, bright sun, so they should be holding on the docks, and we'll see you guys in a minute. There we go. That's number 5 actually. We lost the other ones, got on, had them hooked. You could see the fish. They were all good solid fish, but this is one of the smaller ones, but came on a chatterbait in the shade back in this spawning cove. We're just trying, like I say, trying to check out the mood of the fish right now for, you know, tomorrow when we spend the majority of the day. But that's a decent one. There we go. Dirty jig, Grande Bass Mega Claws trailer. Really hooked good too. Threw right up against that seawall. Man, he's really hooked. Threw right up against the seawall in the shade here. And I was showing Jonathan how to do this, and I said, look man, they're really close sometimes. I said all you have to do is just flip right up in this shade. Boy, look at that. He wasn't getting off, was he?
Nope.
Okay. Throw right up in that shade, flip it in. Not a giant, but a good solid fish. You had 5 of those, you'd be happy. Nice bass. Let's get him back in. It's like 90 degrees, sun shining bright, rough day. Hi, Steve Von Brand here for the Bass College. I'm down here with Jonathan Miller, our pro staff, down here in Lower Delaware for day 2. We've hit the lake here yesterday, and then we stopped and did some shore fishing. Caught some nice bass there in just an hour that we had at Silver Lake. About ready to start throwing buzz baits this morning, and chatterbaits, some other topwater baits for just the first hour, see what happens. Then we'll try some of the other tactics. We'll go to maybe some small swim baits, crankbaits, some worm and jig tactics in the laydowns and offshore structure. Maybe do a little deep cranking. We'll see what they're going to do, what kind of mood they're in, and we'll see you guys in a minute. There you go. First one, chatterbait. Man, I can't believe it. Just a small bass, hefty, good, healthy, but caught him on the chatterbait out here on the main lake early in the morning. Sun just came up, and we've been throwing the buzz bait and everything. We haven't hit a buzz bait or anything yet, so funny. He was right around the docks, right off a rock in the open water. Look at that. Decent, man. But I'll tell you, it's been a tough morning, hasn't it?
Yeah, very tough.
They chatterbait again, but tail's worn up, still like a little bit bloody. They're not on beds, I'm going to tell you that right now, and they've been off for a couple weeks. But man, I'll tell you, this thing, tail all red and stuff like that, acting all funky. Their mouths are all red like they've been feeding on crayfish. I don't know. We'll see. Man, this was a scary fish. It's up in real shallow water. So since it's up so shallow, when it hit the chatterbait, you could see the bass turn sideways, and it hit it, and it set the hook, and the rod really bent. It's got a lot of weight. It weighs like 4 pounds, but you know, it's just not that big. But it looked like it weighed 8 or 9 pounds when it turned, and that's why a lot of times you hear people say things like that. I lost the fish. Our thing was 8 or 9 pounds, but it wasn't. You know, they're just big, and they look like that when they're up shallow.
Yeah, it was
really big. Jonathan Miller got one on. Decent. Bring him over here. See what we got.
big ass pickerel.
Oh, it's a pickerel. And look at the size of it. It's trophy. It's like almost 5 pounds. That's giant. That's really, really big. Look how big it is. Going right under his gills. That is giant, bud. That's a true trophy, you know. Look how big it is. Lift him right up. Look how giant it is. That's 5 pounds. That's a trophy. Hold him right up in the air. That is really, really big. Look at that. Can't get him all the way in. Lift him all the way up. Higher. Oh God, look at that. Can you see how long that is? That's 26, 28 inches long. Easily 28 inches long. Look at that. Monstrous. That's really big. All right, let's let him go. That is monstrous. Look at the size of it. God, no wonder it felt so big. What is he, like 100 pounds, right? Look at his face. Look how big he is.
I know.
Well, I said to Jonathan, I said, man, you got the state record. And he did. He had the state record snapping turtle for jigs.
Oh, baby.
Woo! Get that one. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that one. Ooh, 5 pounds. This is 5 pounds. All right, get him off, get him off. That's 5 pounds. Look at that. Hold that baby up. Let's see this one. Oh yes. Oh yeah. All right, let him go.
Oh yeah. You see that?
Yeah. You needed more pressure on you. You had to reel even faster than that. That was 4 pounds.
Yeah.
Jonathan had another one a minute ago that was like 4 pounds that just came off right at the boat. This is decent, not giant like the others, but nice. Nice bass. We're getting them on the jig now really, really good. All quality fish. Dirty jig, Grandy Bass, Mega Claws trailer.
Those little rattles on there.
Yeah.
Pop over the branches and set the hook.
Nice. Jonathan, tell them what we found.
Well, we found a pattern right now. All of our bass are coming on a dirty jig with the Mega Claws trailer and Okeechobee crawl. And all the bass are all holding on wood where there's like a rocky bank or some overhang. And it's mostly been on wood, and where it's been close to docks, but it's mostly wood.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Look at that. We were on this pattern, and I said, man, I'll never catch anything on this wall. Threw in the Grandy Bass on the dirty jig, flipped it into these rocks by a launching ramp, and bang, he hit it right away. Totally different than the pattern we on. Apparently, we've got a good pattern, but it's not even just a pattern. They're on a jig bite, which is going to change the whole rest of the day. We'll see you guys in a minute and a half, 5 3/4, like that. Let's see that big baby. Who caught that?
Steve?
Oh, I thought maybe Jonathan Miller got that one. That's nice. So I caught that on the dirty jig. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Beautiful fish.
5.5.
Whacked him good. I said to Jonathan, I said, I always get one here by this dock, and I can't believe that. Oh, there he is.
That's a good one.
With their on a jig bite, man. They are on a jig bite hard, huh?
His mouth is solid right on top.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that baby. Look how big that really is. That's nice. Yeah. All right, let's let that one go.
That thing's pretty chunky, man.
Yeah, it's pretty big, huh?
Do a flip.
caught a bass that needs to go in and have cataract surgery. He has milky eyes on both sides, like a dog or a person, you know, when they have cataracts. But hit the dirty jig, Grandy Bass Mega Claws trailer, and going through them like nothing. I went through like $7 worth immediately. But anyway, decent bass out of wood and backs of the creeks. That's the deal. Wood, docks, rocks, backs of the creek.
It was kind of slow. We didn't get many. But once we did get a few on the chatterbait, we stopped using that after it shut off. And we figured, you know, we'd go back into some of these coves and see if they were holding on wood or docks. And I put on a jig, flipped it in there, tap, tap, got one. Okay, moved to the next dock. Same thing, got another one. Found that they're on wood, got another one. And the odd thing is, you could throw in a rattlesnake right behind it or right in front of it, skip it back up underneath the docks on, you know, on your fluoro or your mono, and let it fall the same way as the jig, but that snake's a little bigger profile, and it's longer, and it's not falling as fast. They want the jig, that bulk package that's going to drop down right in front of their face, because all this shallow water, you're just dropping it down over and over and over again, right in front of their face. And when they hit it, then you got to let them go with it and take it. Well, they're not hitting Cincos, they're not hitting anything else. We pulled back up into this cove that people had just fished. They're off the bank, you know, a good 30 yards, you'd say. And they're skipping their worms and their Senkos up underneath the docks or around the outsides. But they're doing weightless, and they're just fluttering down, and they're not getting anything. We come up right behind them, not 10 minutes later, with the Mega Claws trailer and the dirty jigs, and we flip them right up to the same post that they just threw, and we're dropping it so fast that we get that nice reaction strike right on the fish's face, and we're just nailing them. And it stayed consistent throughout the day. We've caught close to probably 20 fish.
Yeah, and it's what, 90 degrees with 95% humidity.
And the bass aren't always, you know, where you think they'd be, holding on the front or the first two pylons. They might be off the front of the dock if there's a brush pile off the end, or they could be to the left or to the right of the dock if there's some wood lying near the base. It's shallow, murky water. They first can't see you, so if you come up real quiet with your boat, you can get right on top of them and flip it and just keep going, and they just hit right by the boat, and you're just setting the hook into Steve just caught another one, not 2 minutes after we just told you about our pattern and how we're coming down into this creek. See, we came into this creek mouth, pulled up to this spot, and Steve said, look, there's got to be one underneath this tree. Flips it in here, tap, tap, sets the hook, fish is in behind a tree limb, pulls the fish through the tree limb, and then lands the fish. Nice one. On dirty jig.
There we go. Another nice 5-pound dirty jig Grandy Bass Mega Claws bass. Here in the hot sun, lower Delaware, almost the 1st of June. 90 degrees. Nice bass. Look at that. Look at that baby. Decent bass. 5 pounds, that's our second one. We've got a 5-fish limit now of about 19 and a half, almost 20 pounds at 90 degrees in the summer. Dirty jigs, Grandy bass, that's the way to go. Down here with Jonathan Miller in Lower Delaware, and we'll see you guys in a minute. We're going to call it a day. It's really super hot. We did great hard on a jig bite, chatterbait in the morning. Hope you guys learned something with those jigs. Remember, good tackle, 7-foot, 7.5-foot rods, St. Croix, Legend Elite Tournament Series are the best rods. The Denali rods in your Rosewood Series. We're using dirty jigs, 3/8 and 1/2 ounce, Grandy Bass Mega Claws, and the Okeechobee Crawl, 65-pound test Suffolk 832, and Spiderline Lure Braid in 50 pounds. That's the way to go. Get it in there in the back half of the creeks, in your brush and docks near the wood and rocks. You got it made. That's the way to win a tournament. And for Jonathan Miller, this is Steve Von Brandt for the Bass College, and we'll see you guys down.